Armando Melendez. I identify as non-binary.
Shantae. I identify as female.
So my name is Donato CROWLEY, and I consider myself mostly gay / bi.
My name is Rob Hill, and I identify as a gay black man.
My name is Momo Yang, and I am a gay man.
I'm Isaac. I am a bisexual trans man.
At 3 years old, like, I knew I was gay, I knew I was gay. I just didn't know what that meant. I didn't know I didn't know how to identify that feeling.
I was like 5 when I really knew, but like, I think like October 2nd, 1991, my day of birth, was actually like my coming out day. Because as I look back over the histories of my life, I've never acted anything different.
It was probably around the age of 11. I started to just feel different. I always felt different. I always felt different. But I think around 11, I was starting to notice boys, not notice girls so much, Didn't understand what it was.
11 or 12, and my mom pulled me to the side and was pretty much like, "You're gay," right? And I was like, what does that even mean?
I did kind of start to realize, oh, I'm not into what the other girls are into. It doesn't match up.
When I was 24, I was working at Apple, and I had a lot of gay friends at Apple. Apple was a very gay-friendly company. He and I went out for drinks, just the two of us. No other intention than just to go out and have fun. He dropped something on the floor, and then I also dropped something on the floor. And so we both bent down to pick up our items, and on the way up, my cheek brushed against his. And for the first time in my life, I felt electricity just run through my body. I had never felt that before.
At age 21, when I came out to my family, I had my mom, my sister, and my dad come into the living room, and I told them I was gay. And when I told them I was gay, my dad shut down. My sister told me that it's okay, that she loves me, and my mom just started crying. And my dad didn't talk to me for like a whole year after that. I came into this world with already having to voice who I am without knowing it. Because even at 3 years old, I knew I was gay, but I didn't have the voice to say it. And then at 21, I'm coming out as gay and I have the voice, but there's reaction. A lot of people think that coming out is, to your friends and to your family. But the real coming out, one, is to myself, That was the first coming out that I didn't, when I was coming out to other people, I didn't know that I came out to myself first. After the bigger coming out moments, you have to come out on a daily basis to people. And that's uncomfortable because it doesn't end with you tell your friends and you tell your family. It's now you tell people at work, you're telling people at school, you're telling people in your everyday life that you're coming in contact with, and now identifying as non-binary, that's a whole nother coming out. I'm gonna be coming out till the day I die.
"Hey Dad, what's wrong with Mom?" He's like, "Well, she was in your room and she found some letters." And I just my whole world just collapsed at that moment. I was because I had a waterbed and I had kept the letters under that waterbed mattress inside of a Playgirl magazine. That was my whole gay life right there. And so when she found that out, my dad was he said, I remember him saying gay people have never done anything to me, so I have nothing against them. But I must stand by your mother's wishes, and she wants you out of the house. It was devastating to me. It was devastating. I was very frightened. I had nowhere to go. I had no money. but I just packed up a few of my belongings. I went and stayed with an ex-girlfriend for a while. And then I found my way through the world. You know, I found my way through the world like that.
I didn't understand what it meant to be a gay black man at that time, especially growing up. But what I heard was that people aren't gonna like me. And so I like stayed in the closet. Though like the closet door was like knocked wide open, I was like, I'm gonna close it back because I want to be loved and like everybody else. It wasn't until many years later, after I had grown up and went to college, and I had this opportunity to move to LA, be a star, but live freely in a place where I was allowed to do that. And I accepted the fact that if I was gonna live honestly, like I was gonna lose people, and that was okay. I just took a leap of faith and I had a conversation with each of my family and friends, the people that really mattered. It was like 20 people. And I told them, hey, this is where I'm at with it. And the response from some was, was judgment. But for the most part, it was, well, good. We're glad that you can finally stop suffering and live your life freely.
So when I was about 12, I sent my mother a text saying, Mom, I'm a lesbian and I have a girlfriend. And she said, great. And that's very, very like 2000s of me, but it was like, so I came out of the closet. Obviously a lot has changed, but I came out as a lesbian when I was 12, and everyone was on board.
So coming out at 24 was really easy, but then also really, really difficult. I told my older sister first. I thought she would be the easiest to understand because she had gay friends. She was actually pretty taken aback by it. And then I told my older brother, and then I eventually told my mom and dad, all within probably about a 6-month period. Growing up in an Asian American family, and maybe not even that, maybe just my family. My parents and my family made me feel that if we made one mistake, we would screw up our future. For me, I found that I had a lot of guilt and shame for being gay and not being able to fulfill a role that my parents had for me. And so letting go of that burden was such a relief. Life is this pursuit of happiness, and that happiness comes from our existence being validated and being loved for who we truly are. And then the kind of love that I found, and the kind of love that I've found with men, and the kind of love that I've found multiple times in multiple relationships is the best feeling in the world. To know that in those moments when you tell someone, I love you, and they say it back to you, and they love you for who you truly are, it is completely worth it. It makes everything worth it.
And just love yourself and be yourself. Like, I don't feel like people should hide it. Like, even if you're young and you're struggling, I feel like you should just come on out and do what you gotta do, because I feel like the earlier I came out, I dealt with all those problems while I was younger, so when I came into my adulthood, I was so prone to being who I am. I'm not being authentically who I am. I'm not being anything real.
It's okay to be scared. I will not lie. When I figured out that I was not straight, I was a little scared. But when you come out and you don't have to hide, and you can finally be yourself out in the open, it's like the best feeling. I didn't even realize how much of a burden it had been on me until it had been removed.
Live your truth, whatever that is. Whatever your truth is at the moment in that present time, that's enough. You know, it doesn't need to be more than what you're feeling in that moment. It allows me to breathe easier. It allows me to be comfortable in my own skin. It allows me to enter a room and shine a light from the inside out.
Most amazing experience that we'll have in life is getting to know who we really are. You know, and showing that to the world. And the more of us that come out, the more of us can help others not have these traumatic experiences in their life. You know, not every LGBTQ member should walk into trauma when they're coming out. You know, we've got to change that. We've got to make it a safe place for them. We've got to make it a powerful and positive experience, not a traumatic one. You know, so I think it's really important to come out, and I think to live out loud. And yes, it's going to be difficult, but I think that nobody could handle it better than the LGBTQ community because of what we've been through.